Shoot, reload.
The module will now be installed. Each part will take a minute to install.
That's kind of insane.
8 modules.
That's kind of nuts. Hey guys, welcome back. Rounded TikTak here, bringing you another video. We're talking about the pain train. CHOO. It is on its way. The Copper Pain Train, the brand new weapon in Fortnite Save the World, just released about an hour ago. We're going to break it down and we're going to tell you if you should level it up. Hint, hint, you should. What kind of damage you can get out of it. How fast does it kill smashers? Is it the new top DPS king? It might be. It really might be. We'll talk about that in a minute. When or how you should use it. Like, is it a smasher killer? Is it a mist monster killer? Is it a general all-purpose assault rifle? Etc, etc. We're going to talk about all that and more coming up right now. When you get the gun, this thing has one or two little unique things about them. If you don't have the extra reperk or perk up, leave it as is. It's completely fine, but it just can be better. The first thing I want to talk about is that 4th slot, that magazine size. Now, granted, I might be wrong. Correct me if I am, feel free to, but I think that is the first time where we are not forced to do a utility perk. That magazine size can actually be changed to damage, which leads to, again, correct me if I'm wrong, one of the first guns ever that we can roll 4 damage perks on, leading to most builds probably going to look something like crit chance, 2 crit damages, and then the 4th slot is going to be up to you. I'm going to explain that in a second. The 6th and final perk, although similar to the Swan, it might be exactly from the Swan set of assault rifles, where the damage bonus, depending on how fast you stack the shots. This perk is unique enough to make the gun feel really good, and the magazine size having 52, if you decide to keep it on, really lets that ramp up. However, let's talk about taking that magazine size off and doing damage. If you do choose to do this, you turn your everyday assault rifle into a smasher, taker, laser, killer. This thing absolutely melts everything in the game, like ridiculously so. Its stats are very similar to the Gravedigger, but for some reason, the amount of damage this thing does is just kind of absurd. 7 bullets in less than a second to kill a smasher at level 100. That's the kind of damage I'm talking about here. So if you do decide to take off that magazine slot, just know that you have a mist monster murderer on your hands. If you want to keep that magazine size on, feel free. It becomes a general all-purpose assault rifle with 4,096 range, which is plenty. The reload speed at 2.1 is fine for how fast this thing shoots and how much damage it does. The DPS numbers I got in the game are kind of broken. Maybe they might be telling me that I had almost 1 million damage per second. I believe 976,000 I got it up to. Now, the characters you want to play this on are, of course, the soldiers that benefit from things like this. We're talking your Rio, your Headhunter, and anything really. I even played it on some Outlanders and it worked perfectly fine there too. In fact, it excelled on them because of just how much damage it does. You take Grizzly, you throw down your Teddy, and you just follow up with a huge amount of burst damage or sustained damage. Either way you run it, this gun is going to become part of your main repertoire. And we didn't even talk about the best part. Whenever you reload the gun or whenever you equip it, the damn thing goes choo-choo. I'm in love. I'm in love. Let's get into some gameplay. Let's check out the gun and talk more about one other aspect of it. 1.4 seconds. 1.4 seconds to take down a level 100 smasher. That's crazy. That might just be, I would have to ask White Sushi or go through my old videos, that might just be the fastest time to kill we have in game. And no offense to my buddy here, but he's not the highest level, so it could even be higher. That's how much damage this gun does. And on top of that, you ready? Here's the kicker. That footage is when I had magazine size on it. I did decide to change it to see much of a difference, and it's not 100% necessary. You don't need to, but when you're doing stuff like this, it's a lot of fun to get the most bang for your buck, as it were. So yeah, the gun's great. I really, really enjoy it. Besides the fact that it says CHOO every single time you reload it or equip it, which is just, it makes me giggle every single time. Let's talk about another aspect of this weapon, which at first doesn't seem that crazy, but it really does add up. For some reason, on Rio, specifically on Rio, I was getting all sorts of funky numbers. Like you saw 997,000 damage per second, which is I'm laughing because it's so absurd to me to get that much damage when the game a long time ago, if I had 67,000 damage, I felt powerful. It's just the game has come so far, it's kind of crazy. But let me talk about something else. The impact on this assault rifle is nothing to be scoffed at. Again, on Rio, every single time I reloaded, my impact went up to like 3,500. 3,500 impact on a fully automatic assault rifle. I don't need to tell you how crazy that is. That means a smasher, lasers, takers, whatever is big that is walking to you, you will break their impact guard in less than a second and you'll get the stun, or they'll stumble, leading you to follow up DPS and really burn them down. Now granted, this might be a bug currently on Rio because it wasn't happening on a reclaimer. The impact of this gun is not to be underestimated. So maybe the character to play is Rio. There seems to be some sort of interaction with this gun and I guess all guns, and I'm just noticing it by now with the pain train. I know it flashes up quick, but I'm having an issue with grabbing a screenshot of it. But 3,445 impact. That's rocket launcher, a little less than rocket launcher level impact. That is Rat King impact. It is absurd. It is insane. I don't have any adjectives. I'm running out of them. But trust me, the fact that you can do something like this is not to be underestimated. Like I said, it's just a nice cool bonus, especially on Rio, to really ramp up your damage. And stun ability, that's definitely not a word, but we're gonna roll with it and really just stop anything from, you know, getting to you. Besides the fact that it one-shots all the small husks, two-shots the bigger husks, and kills smashers in 1.4 seconds. What else could you want from an assault rifle? Match this with a Warcry and Rio's reload buff that she gets for fire rate, or Headhunter's headshot buff minus the recoil. The only issue, the only bad thing about this gun is its bloom, not its recoil. The recoil is fantastic. Bloom and recoil are two completely different things in this game. The bloom is not the best. After 3.5 tiles, 4 tiles, the bloom kind of gets away from you, and the spread of the bullets just gets kind of all over the place. But still, if you keep that magazine size on, it's great for suppressing fire, or just mowing down targets all the way across the screen. However, the recoil on the gun is nigh existent. It's not even there. You can hold the trigger down and your reticle will not move at all. It's really kind of cool, leading me to believe that it should be perked up with that extra damage in that 4th slot and make it something that really does work. I'm a firm believer in accentuating strengths instead of trying to fix weaknesses. So keep this gun for what it's good at, and that's killing things fast. So let's talk about the major pros before we wrap this thing up. It's got strong DPS, a decent enough reload speed, it works on every character, it has a large magazine size, or if you choose to, can have 4 damage perks, double crit damage, 1 crit chance, and 1 damage, leading to insane numbers, insane damage, and just an all-around awesome gun. Thank God it does not have that SMG 3000 range, otherwise I probably would not be as big of a fan of this weapon as I am currently. I really, really like it. I thought maybe that I messed up of reperking it because it's a damn choo-choo train, but I'm really, really happy with this weapon. The only con, like I said, that I can think of is probably the range after 3-ish tiles. The bloom kind of gets a little crazy, but it does enough damage to where it just mows down enemies anyway. You don't need to hit those headshots. They're just helpful. But that's your breakdown of the Pain Train, the brand new assault rifle in Fortnite Save the World, released less than an hour ago. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you making a decision. I really would recommend leveling it up. If you want to check us out live, come to twitch.tv/rounded TikTak. We'll be waiting for you there. If you need any help, just let me know. Send me a message somewhere. I'll get back to you. If you guys like this kind of content, make sure to hit that follow button or that like button or that subscribe button. I'm getting my platforms mixed up. We'll see you on the next one. TikTak out.